New question. The member from Kitchener-Waterloo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Acting Premier. We know that our public libraries provide extraordinary value to their communities, whether it's employment skills upgrading or the integration of new Ontarians, or whether it's providing free space for seniors groups or the early development of literacy skills. Our public libraries create community across this province. However, in Waterloo, our public library hydro bills have been rising with no end in sight. In fact, I've heard firsthand over the last 3 years, the increase in their hydro bills have been staggering. In 2014-15, Waterloo Public Library's electricity costs rose by 18%. The following year by 26%. Public libraries' operating budgets are being squeezed, and public service is being sacrificed. My question is simple to the Acting Premier. Can you tell Ontarians why she's allowed energy costs to impact public libraries in the province of Ontario?
Thank you. Deputy Premier.
Well, thank you, Speaker. And again, we hear a story about the impact of high electricity rates, Speaker. We understand those stories. We hear them ourselves in our own communities, and that is why we are taking action to significantly reduce the electricity bills for organizations, for individuals, and for businesses, and libraries would be included in that, Speaker. So my question back to the member is, you don't have a plan that will take a penny off a bill. Your plan is to actually spend $4 billion more for something that will not take 1 penny off one bill, including the bill of that library. So, Speaker, we have a plan. We're moving forward. We would welcome the support of the members opposite for our plan.
Sir, thank you. Supplementary.
Well, Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, we haven't seen your plan. You have not tabled this legislation in this House. Problem, it's that side of the House on this file, Mr. Speaker. So, Premier, back to the Acting Premier. Our public library budgets are being compromised because of your out-of-control hydro rates. Your government's public library operating grants fund less than 5% of library operating budgets. In Toronto, library utility bills increased by almost $700,000 between 2014 and 2015, and they're projecting a significant increase this year. Rising electricity bills and chronic underfunding have created a crisis for libraries. Out of desperation, Toronto public libraries are now opening without staff. Imagine, libraries without librarians. Wow. Acting Premier, why is your government forcing libraries to choose between paying their bills or staffing their libraries?
Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport.
Thank you, Mr. to stand in this House, Speaker, and talk proudly about our support for public libraries, and I know the member opposite will join me in not only celebrating that support, Mr. Speaker, but supporting it when it comes forward as we table our budget, Speaker, and on our ongoing conversations. So I know that I can count on your support for our public libraries. Here's just a sample of what we've done since 2003, Speaker.
The member from Hamilton East Stony Creek, come to order, please. And the member from Hamilton Mountain, come to order, please. Finish, please.
Thank you, Speaker. In the spirit of quiet conversations in libraries, Speaker, perhaps we can continue in that vein to talk precisely about what we've done for public libraries. Happy to start that since 2003, Speaker, over $500 million this government has invested in our public and our First Nations libraries. Wow. $33.5 million last year alone, Speaker. That support's going to continue, and we're proud of it, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Question. The member from